Alrighty, I'm hoping this connection is going to work. We'll see, but I think it will. I just wanted to jump on live to update you about Alex Belfield. I am in California at the moment, so for me it's 9:30 in the morning. If you're joining from the UK, hi everybody. You'll be, I guess, 5:30 or wherever you're joining me from. So this is specifically just an update about Alex Belfield that I've been promising to do, and I've just been speaking to his friends and things. So the top line on Alex Belfield, who's just been sentenced to 5.5 years in jail for the crime of, making some videos online, whatever, 5.5 years. The update on him is he's doing okay, which is what we've all been kind of wanting to find out. My biggest concern was that you go down and if the shock doesn't kill you, you just decide to end yourself given the opportunity. And that hasn't happened. Quite the opposite, in fact. I wanted to also say at the very front end of this that I'm not Alex Belfield. You might notice that because I'm not ginger, so therefore I am not cursed in the way that he is. I'm also not Alex Belfield in the fact that he hasn't asked me to do this. I have no right to be speaking on his behalf. I don't. I'm just telling you what I know because people are asking. So if you think I'm Alex Belfield, you've got the wrong person. He has actually got a smaller nose than me. The update is that he's currently being held in a prison, but he is going to be moved in 1 week's time. He's going to be moved to a category C prison where he can basically waft about in bad clothing, being ginger, and imagining he has a crowd in front of him. So God help you if you're in the category C prison that's about to have Alex Belfield arrive. Shit me, you've got my sympathies. I'm sorry. I mean, you could maybe ask for a move. Could you ask for a move to a Cat D? Or actually, you could offer to move to a Cat B or even isolation. I'm just feeling like isolation would be a better choice than being near Alex Belfield. And I say that as someone who only met him in May and has just done a few shows with him. So, bear that in mind. That's something I wanted to say, that he is going to be moved. So, as soon as he gets moved to his Cat C, that's when we can all roll in, or anybody that wishes to or doesn't, whatever, with letters and photos of your boobs or your bits or whatever you're inclined to send him. We can sort that out. So we will get the address. I will get the address. I will get it to you. And then we can start to flood him with annoying things. I mean, we should really think about funny things. There'll be nice people that write nice letters. We should really be thinking about the annoying things we can send him because, we still want to be taking the piss, even though he's in jail and even though he's been sentenced to half a decade for making a video online. Because if I was in there, what would I want to receive? I don't know. I'll have to think about that and come back to you with a list. So we will get the address to you as soon as I get it, which will be in about a week's time. That. The other thing I wanted to say in my experiences with prisons, which have been, I guess, more significant than most, and also in the certain knowledge that I end up in one sooner rather than later, and that's okay, is that this is kind of a marathon, right? It isn't a sprint, and that's very cliched and hackneyed. But so look at it like a wedding or a marriage rather than a relationship where it's all wham bam, thank you ma'am, and you wear flashy underwear and you look terrific and you smell great. This isn't that kind of relationship we need to have with Alex in his jail cell. What we need to think of it as a marriage. So there'll be times where, my little light just went out. What? Do I just hit it? I don't know. Okay, not to worry. We have to think of this over the longer term, right? Because in that front end, you've got the shock, you've got the, then you've probably got the relief that you're okay and that your cellmate isn't trying to roger you in the night, or maybe that's disappointment in Alex's case, I don't know. But then there'll be this lull, won't there? And I don't know when that hits, but I imagine after a month or so, when the adrenaline finally wears off, that's when you feel it. So what I'm saying is we need to sort of stagger this stuff, maybe a monthly letter, maybe you make a note for yourself to say, oh, in November I'll send something, or in December or January. I mean, January is shit in the UK, whatever. I imagine it's pretty shit if you're on the inside as well. So I just think we need to sort of think about how we keep this going over the longer term. My observation, if I may, is that for people who alleged and now have Alex criminally convicted for being stalked, for the people who say he's a stalker, his victims, I'm going to use that word because that's the word they use, right? It seems to me that his victims are spending a lot of time talking about being victims. They're spending a lot of time going on TV shows to talk about how scared they were. They're spending a lot of time putting themselves out there to talk more about Alex Belfield. And that just strikes me as really odd. Just, you know, as a regular human being, it's really odd to me. Because when I think about it in other things in my life, let's take divorce, right? Get divorced. Frankly, I don't want to hear about that person ever again. If someone's pissed me off, I just cut them off from my life and let them be. I don't want to talk about them again. I don't need to go on Twitter and share how they made me feel. I have never had the need to, all the people that piled in when I lost everything, lost my home, the police officers, the journalists, the others who piled in off the back of that law case against me and made their claims against me, saying they were seriously harmed by me as well. I never ever told that story. I never felt the need to share how much of a victim I'd been. And it's strange to me how these people who call themselves victims just can't stop talking about Alex Belfield. It's almost as if some of them are more besotted than he ever was with them. But what can I say? I know nothing. I don't know about the case. I'm just saying. It just seems weird. My practical efforts, because you'd be like, yeah, all right, Katie. Good point, Katie. Who are you talking about? Well, I don't know. All I can say is that I'm pretty good at rhyming. And mine. Fine. I was trying to think of quite a rude word, but we'll pass on that. Yes, so I would very much like it if the victims of Alex Belfield could maybe just stop talking about Alex Belfield, because as the law currently stands, I think he might have a case for saying that his victims are now stalking him. Because if stalking someone is just saying hurty words about you online, then they're doing a pretty good job of that right now, aren't they? Maybe when he comes out, we can mount a case against... I'm just saying. My efforts, yes, you could say, Katie, what are your efforts? My efforts will be, I'll be in touch when we know where he's gone. I'll be in touch with the governor and his staff, because they're always super supporters and they're always cheering us on from the inside of these jails where they expect to receive me, the gentleman from Luton and others. I'm not making parallels between Belfield, me and my mate, but, you know, I'll go see the staff. I can bring funny to Alex. I'll go and visit him, of course, and take the piss. And Voice of Reason, we can look at how I help out there. I know he has subscribers there. Maybe I can help provide content. I don't know. But there are practical things I can be doing, particularly with the governor, his prison. You know, I'm offering all services. Full service repertoire from the Hopkins if he'll keep Belfield alive. Although, you know, shit me, when he gets back out, he'll be intolerable. I want nothing to do with him. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I will say this, you know, I feel sorry for his inmates now because he's got a captive audience. And shit me, part of him, the bad part of him, is going to love that. And all the old shit jokes that we've heard over and over and over, they might be new. He's going to have people laughing at his jokes as if they've heard them for the first time. He's going to be like totally made up with that, which means his ego will be even bigger. He'll be even more unbearable. There's that. Second up, he's got a shit ton of time in there right now, hasn't he? So he could be practicing new material. And that's what I'm going to be telling him. He's not to spend his time poncing around, being funny. He needs to be writing some new shit. Because frankly, when he gets out of there, I'm expecting new jokes. Otherwise, if he rocks up doing that, what is it, that song that he does? I don't know. But at some point his prison mates are going to get pissed off, not find him funny and turn on him, and I fully support them in that. So that's the update on Alex Belfield. Clearly it's not a laughing matter, and clearly there will come a point where the realisation of this will hit, and that won't have been yet. He'll still be in this weird bubble. And I guess the other thing I'd probably say is it doesn't really matter to me massively what someone else has done or what someone else thinks they've done or what they're said to have done. I think there is no enjoyment in seeing an ordinary guy who's never hurt anyone or walked up to someone or been at someone's house or whatever. There's no enjoyment in seeing someone punished. And 5.5 years is a very long time, longer than potentially I have left to live, whatever. That's a lifetime for some people, you know. I can't imagine extending much beyond that. For the people dining out on that, that's okay. That's your choice. For the people celebrating that, for the people enjoying it, making jokes about how bad his life will be, that's fine. That's on you. But please know, that's not on Alex or any of us that are trying to help him. That's on you. You own that. And if you're comfortable with that, perfect, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Same with people that want me dead. That's fine. But know that that's on you. I don't own that. The only thing I own or Alex owns is trying to do our best or be kind to people or whatever he's doing. That's what I'm doing. If your unkindness sits with you, and as long as you own that and you see the way the world's going, it won't be too long before it rocks up with you too. Why the hell do you think it is every time something like this happens, the ambassadors for free speech run away to try and protect themselves? That's fine too. But know that whatever you do, this shit is catching up with you. You either start joining the good guys who are fighting against it, or it's going to bite you in the ass. And that's not a threat or an issue. That's just the reality of it. So you enjoy this all you want. You salivate over Belfield's suffering all you want. But no, at night, that sits with you. And I have to say, the couple of jihadis in the UK that came to chop my head off in my own home, I never got to write a victim statement. I never got to say how I felt. I certainly didn't get to do any TV to talk about what it's actually like when people come to chop your head off. So I guess just different rules, maybe, for different political opinions. I mean, what do I know? So that's the update. 1 week from now, I should have an address for you. Bear in mind, pray for the prisoners who are enduring Alex's humour, such that it is, and pray for the people in the Catsea prison who don't know what's about to happen to them and will have to share showers with a ginger man who I'm assuming just sheds ginger pubes. And honestly, that's just not something we can spend time thinking about. Okay, so much love to everybody at The Voice of Reason. Much love to all of Belfield's true family and friends. You know, this is they're his. I'm just an outsider chipping in. And please know there's a lot of good people who, whether they agree, disagree, know stuff, don't know stuff, whatever, simply think it's wrong that a man could be put in jail for 5.5 years for talking words online. Okay, thank you so much for taking your time to join me. Of course, I'll pass on all your best to him. And maybe if you wouldn't mind making a little note randomly in your diary just to say, oh, you know, annoy Alex Belfield. That would be perfect, because I guess in those shittier months, things will be a bit shittier than they are now. Okay, thank you all very much. Oh, Doddy, yes, the dog is being looked after. Please don't worry, and I will get updates from the dog. Yes, that's what I'll also do. I'll ask the person who's got him to send me some dog updates. And maybe when we do Voice of Reason, maybe I can grab the dog and I can prove to you, lift it up. I just find some random frickin' dog, you know, off the streets, some mangy mutt. Be like, yeah, look everybody, this is Alex's dog. And he's doing just mighty fine, even though Alex's dog was euthanized like 20 months ago. No, that was dark. The dog is doing fine, everything is fine, the world's fine. Catsy, he's moving. Okay, good. Thank you very much indeed, and I'll catch you all at the next Katie's Arms, and I will give you notice of when that's going to be, when I stop moving. But for now, if you're in America and you're in San Diego, I will be there on the 30th, doing stand-up with another brilliant funny lady in a gallery in Coronado Island, which I'm told is where the Navy SEALs are. So you'll find me mostly running up and down the beach, trying to net with a large net, a Navy SEAL. Okay, much love. Bye for now.